Good morning. It's Monday, Memorial Day here in Cypress, Texas. I tried to do this video like 3 times. My phone kept shutting off or the video locked up. So today uh, means a lot to me. As a kid, I played the bugle, and I'd go to military funerals or on Memorial Day, blow taps like 7 times at different funeral or different cemeteries that, for the Memorial Day ceremonies in those communities. And did that for a couple years. And it was interesting because, the doing Memorial Day, the guys would, have to do the 21 gun salute. They'd always get it wrong. They always, they weren't in sequence, whatever, right? And they're just shooting blanks. And then when I'd blow taps, they'd always bag on me about, missing a note or whatever, right? And then in the military funerals, I was a kid, and I had to go to the funeral. I had to walk past the coffin, look at the guy. Man, he looks good, right? Sit next to these guys that knew him, served with him in the military, and feel their bodies quaking once, when whoever was doing the eulogy be talking. It was kind of interesting. And then after, I just figured out that I had served in the military for like 8 years before I ever saw combat. And then, it was a bloody mess. Guys, it's like a bus accident. Guys laying all over the place. What's they called ceasefire. And, Isaac Rodriguez looking right in his eyes when he was, in shock and dying, bleeding all over. Hearing Lieutenant Connor screaming in my ear in the radio when he got shot. Policing up Don McFall, after he died, his wife's pregnant, about to have a baby, overdue. And Tillman, big heavy guy, would have, let go of him to take his gear off. Both of them, the guy that were hold him up, dropped him at the same time. His head hit the ground sounded like a bowling ball. But he's dead already. Having to, deal with all these memories and all this stuff. That's why I'm always looking for somewhere to go. So 11 o'clock today, they're having a Memorial Day ceremony here in Cypress. So I'm fixing to go to that. The learning what I'm learning and how by being in the Word and really knowing the Hebrew language, the Hebrew symbolism and what is really being said, and how it changes what the message is in the Bible compared to just the dead letter. The dead letter takes us down a path of destruction, which the whole world is on because they don't know. And we're in the midst of it right now. It's like you're in the sink, in the drain. It's swirling around, going, where do you go down the drain? Because we don't know this stuff. And we don't know what the early church, before it was contaminated, by the faith of Baal, by the Edomites, by the, So when you don't know, you're going down a path. But when you do know, and you're realizing that where you're at right now is what you get out of the Bible when you read it now, even when you know the Hebrew and the early church teachings, even when you know that, right? But the more you get closer to walking with Jesus, in other words, the more you become like him, the more understanding opens up to you. And the more we become like him, the more we change this world. All right. Have a great Memorial Day.